If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. You're going to want to see this because this is going to affect you no matter what country you're in. And of course, the mainstream media here in America isn't even talking about it. It might get mentioned casually in passing, but this should be the main thing that they're all talking about. But that is because it's going to eventually be here in America and everywhere else. And the dominoes fall one by one. Now, France has come out and shut down things from people who don't have the jab. That's right, shut things down. So what happened when they said, look, you're not going to be able to go to cafes, restaurants, malls, travel by train, or anything else unless you have a jab, period. Suddenly, hundreds of thousands of people book appointments so that they can go back to the mall, back to the cafes, get on trains, and do everything else because they feel the need via the force to go and get it. Watch this.
Well, to discuss the French president's announcement in a bit more detail, I'm joined now by our French politics editor, Mark Perelman. Mark, so from next month, people basically will need a vaccine if they want to eat in a restaurant, travel somewhere by train. These are big changes the president is introducing. Did we expect them last night? And do we know how much support these measures have?
Well, we didn't expect them. Some sweeping changes, especially the extension of the so-called sanitary pass, whereby you have to show either proof of vaccination or a negative test in the last 48 hours. Basically, it's going to be in all kinds of social activities that the French are conducting, be it going to the movie theater, a restaurant, a bar, concert hall, and all the rest. And the employees of those places will also need to get this sanitary pass, because what Emmanuel Macron said yesterday night, essentially he wants to shift the burden of responsibility, if you will, on those who decide not to get vaccinated. He said those who got vaccinated did the right thing because that's the only way to protect yourself, your family, and the ones you love from the Delta variant. And those who decide not to, well, they're essentially responsible. So he's telling them, basically, it's your choice. Obviously, this is very controversial because until then, the government has said, we don't want to divide the French between those who get a vaccine, those who choose not to get one. This ended yesterday night, and the president said that mandatory vaccination for all is a question that will need to be asked at some point. He's basically warning the French that they need to get vaccinated. The immediate effect was that as of this morning, 1.3 million people tried to get a vaccination appointment since yesterday night. So he wanted to jolt people to get a vaccine shot, and apparently at the onset at least it's working.
So more than 20,000 people a minute, they claim, booked appointments to get jabbed. You heard some people say, oh, well, we can't do anything without it. This is how they force things without forcing it. And you even heard the guy in the video mention how a mandate is the next topic of discussion that's going to come. Now, I don't know how that's going to fly here in America. I mean, I don't know how things operate in other countries as far as how people go. We in America are living amongst the dumbest people. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, they rely here in America on their mind control tactics to get the masses to do these things. There's also a lot of people who are anti it around the world who are not going to take it. And they're going to have a huge problem on their hand if they're saying it's a 50-50 type thing. Because at this point, has anybody noticed that the news and the mainstream media are talking more about how people aren't getting it, how people need to get it, how we need to get people to get it, than they are even talking about the fear of what's out there? They're not even spending that much time talking about the fear because they're just sick and tired of the fact that people are just rolling their eyes at it. Now they're just going, we got to get it, we got to get it, we got to get it now. That's what they're doing. And because they came out and said that in France. They're saying that they broke records since the start of the entire campaign of jabbing people overnight with the amount of people who signed up to go and get it. That doesn't mean everyone's going to go and get it. Of course not. But it's just another way to get people who are on the fence to go and get it. And then the other people who speak against it, not me or anyone else, continue to get silenced from saying anything. We don't even give medical info or anything like that out where you could do that on your own. I'm not even talking on here about magnets and all these types of things. That's for the website. I'm talking about looking at the mind control, looking at the tactics being used from incentives. Take this, have that, we'll give you that. Oh, because they care so much. Like I said, they don't even give you antibiotics. They don't make them available to buy at a store if you have an infection. They make you go to the hospital. So if they cared so much about people, they'd have those available at CVS or Walgreens or somewhere in the event that something happened to you and you needed to get it. Oh, no. But this, the boogeyman, they're using to get people to run and sign up and go put this in their body just in case, even with the statistics that they give, which are so minimal, people still are apparently afraid. But we're not. And this guy, Macron, or you just want to call him Moron, said that from July 21st, anyone wanting to visit a theater, cinema, sports venue, or festival that had an audience of more than 50 people will need to show a health pass proving they were either fully jabbed or had tested negative. So this week I've talked about that. I've shown you the stuff with the kids that they're doing, making this normal, using you can get back to a regular life, and you could see grandma and you could see your friend Doug and you can go to the park if you get, pointing it at kids, gearing it at kids, so then even kids might hassle their parents into getting it, even if the parents are anti-jab, and they'll be like, why is my kid doing this? They don't even realize the TV and all the child's programming is pushing this on them. Then, on top of that, you get them saying making life difficult for the non-jab. That was what they said on CNN, and you're seeing this happening. Making life difficult for the non-jab without forcing anything. We just won't make it so you can, go back to work and make money to survive. We'll make it so you can't live in a home eventually. We'll make it so you can't buy food. We'll make it so you can't buy and sell. That old saying in the Bible about buying and selling without having it. Sure makes you think. This is going to spread around the globe. And if they're now look, everything they say is bullcrap as far as statistics, right? Because, do I think that 1 million people went? No, but do I think a lot of people probably gave in? Yeah. Because people on the fence don't want to go and look, if you don't have if regular people, let's not look at ourselves because we've deprogrammed ourselves. Regular people who depend on entertainment and these things to get through this matrix and survive in the real world and need jobs and money, right? Okay. If they're going to take all this stuff away, it's like living in a prison for them. Because, the home is now the prison. We've given them all the technology to monitor us in the homes and everything else. Well, these people want those things. And they don't want to be punished or anything else. And they're getting worn down by this. They're getting worn down not by the actual boogeyman. They're getting worn down by constantly being told that they aren't going to have these things. They're sick of hearing it. They're getting worn down by people looking at them like there's something wrong with them. Peer pressure from family members or friends. I hear a lot of people in the comment section who say that. Newer subscribers who say that. Oh, I'm here and I've heard this stuff and is it too late for me? I've gotten it or my parents have went and gotten it. I don't know what to even say to some of the people. Because this is what they're doing. It's so obvious. They're shutting down all voices who speak against it. They're not even bothering anymore with the Delta. They're not even bothering to do fear as much as they normally would. They're just going, go and get it now, or else no movies. And those people are cracking, and they're going to continue to. This will be around the world. Like I said, the statistics they're showing might not be anywhere near how many people really went and signed up. Of course, some people did because they were just like, look, I got to go to work, I got to ride the train, I got to go get it. That's how they do it. They make it impossible for you to operate. They'll make every single thing, they'll be like riding a bicycle to exercise. Nope, not anymore. Going for a walk in the park. Nope. To the point where people can't leave their homes and only thing they can do is go out in their own yards And even then they might say something, well, you're 10 feet away from your neighbors, 6 feet away, 666, so you better not go outside either. But by showing the data too, it's preparing people for this to happen and say, oh, okay, well, I guess, this will be, and of course the people who already went and got it, who should just be perfectly fine with their own lives and saying, I got it, I'm good, I don't care about the rest of them, let something happen to them if they don't want to get it, it's not my problem. They're sitting there, they're like, this is great, make them go and get it. Yeah, we're good. We're good on this side of the room. So this is unbelievable. I mean, share this with people let them know. We've all been saying it from the get-go. The first thing I said when this whole thing started happening was the smoke out was how it's going to begin. Everything's removed. Everyone's just going to be sitting around bored. And they've got to give you a little taste of your old life, which they did multiple times, and then pull back. Taste, pull back. Taste, pull back. New variant, pull back. And people are going to go, you know what? I've had enough. It's been 2 years. Every commercial's using the same theme. Let's get back to normalcy. Let's get back to normalcy. Let's get back to normalcy. There is no normalcy. There never was one in the first place, but whatever you thought was normal, it's never going back to it. They're never stopping. This isn't going anywhere. It's not the 1/9er that's not going anywhere. It's this. It's getting this put in you annually. It's not going anywhere. They want full control, and people are willingly giving it to them. And the rest of us, they're trying to force through all these things they take away. And they better be careful. I'm serious, because they're pushing people way too much who are against this. And there's a lot of people out there that are going to rise. I'm telling you, I know the pulse of the people, and I'm one of those people. And people are not going to stand for this. There are more of us than them. And they should have just, and I've said it before too about the New World Order. Some of these old farts that are hanging around like Kissinger and Carter and, Gates getting up there, Buffett, they want to see this implemented before they go. And the young ones who now have power and control are so prideful, cocky, greedy. They think they can get away with anything. And they don't realize that we outnumber them. All of them. And we're smarter because we know the game. We know what they're doing. We know their chess moves, what are coming. Even when they make the play, we're already ready for it. So if I were them, they better just be happy that they've tricked this many people into what they've done, which is criminal. I thank you guys and remind you to check out the website, callforuprising.com. This video might get struck, so make sure you're subbed to the website as well as my other channels. It's not safe around here anymore for free speech. It's obviously... they'll label everything some type of info. If you have an opinion, it's medical info, even though you're giving no medical info. And it's the way it is. It's the way it is. But we've got to make people aware that these are the tactics being used. These are the things they're trying to do. And we got to continue to be the resistance. So thank you guys for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.